for the time being. A broadcast is live like.
And you're live with Empress and Divine and Venus Sublime. Ayo.
Girl, I am working on my letter combination. Like, I was doing some study, etymology, which is like understanding the history of words. And so, like, Empress has a connotation that it's like, yeah, ruler and sovereign and all these type of things. But it also talks about enslavement. Like, there being a certain group of people, you know, that a rulership that you know what I'm saying, that you have dominion over. And I feel, especially as we are growing as divine beings, I don't have dominion over anyone except myself. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it was very important to me to start kind of exploring some other kind of way to be addressed, to be honest with you. So that's the Empress is kind of like, and I love my Empress energy, you know what I'm saying, because I, especially in tarot reading, that the Empress embodies a totality of awareness and like achievement as far as like her mastery is concerned. So like, I get it, I feel that, but I'm playing with a few other things right now. But I'm always divine, no matter how I followed up. Okay. So
That was the only way that I was to address you. So I really, like, I don't know how else, I didn't know what else to call you.
I know, and it's a work in progress. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Well, my soul sister, I appreciate you holding space and expressing that to me, though, letting me know like your insight and views on it, because etymology is very important. We know that.
Absolutely.
And throughout the journey, sometimes we can kind of get a little bit more like lean, like laid back on certain things that in the past we would have never diverted our stern say so for that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
when you like, this is we're learning and understanding that this journey is a long journey. It's not like, okay, you wave your wands, you say a few words, you twirl around, and then you dip yourself in water, and then now you're healed. It's not. We're still here. So each day that we're here, there's healing to be done, transmutation to participate in.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like, you know, that's very important for us to stay stern on the things that the our values, our core values, and you know, the things that we first stood for, to continue to stand for that, and not kind of get soft, quote unquote, or fall back on how important it is for us. How come, why we even chose this path in the first place? Why we even chose to move a certain way, chose to think a certain way, you know. And so when we're living in a life where a majority of the people don't do that, then sometimes we can start to get like, we can start losing our way. We can start like conforming and slowly but surely start doing what others are doing that are around us, that are the majority that we're surrounded by, because not a lot of us that are on that path of self-awareness, and how the etymology of things, the energetics of things, like they're not really focused and putting too much care and mindfulness into on those ideologies, into those ways of being and
Right.
manifesting. And so that can really be a distraction for us, like, you know down along the line, because this is, like I said, this is a long journey. And I can say that personally. I can be a witness for that and say, like, dang, I've been on this journey for a long time, before the whole like new age spirituality stuff.
Right.
And excuse me, being on a journey for a long time, And then now seeing people awaken to certain things or pushing and pressing certain mindsets, you know, I was very stern and very passionate about it differently in the beginning of the journey.
Right.
And then so it's kind of like the whole mindset and mentality of what Nipsey was talking about as far as it's a marathon, you know, and
Right.
preparing for the marathon. But within the marathon, there can be like little sprints that you win along the way too,
Yeah.
you know. But overall, we can't forget where we came from just because everybody else is doing the same thing. And so
Right.
that all goes back to what you're saying with the etymology and being mindful that if we know the interworking things or the subconscious programming that is involved energetically in these interpretations of um, words.
Yeah. Verbiage is everything. And I think, like you said, as we set out on a journey and we really have a goal in mind to be a certain something or to make sure we portray certain energies, that's all well and dandy, but we need to be able to adjust. Like you said, maybe if we had a really stern start out the gate, we'll be able to soften in certain ways because we realize, okay, this is a learning moment for me as well. You know what I mean? I had this bold energy that I came out here with, and I'm sovereign. I'm this. I've got myself together. My energy's all in line, and everything like that, and that's cool. But like you said, as we start to integrate and we start to interact, we want to really make sure that we walking the walk, talking the talk. So once you know better, you got to do better. You feel me? So it's like I want to make sure that with the words that I say, but also the actions that I take, these are setting real world application examples. And so that's going to be something that says when I find out something, when I learn, as I learn as a forever student, as I
Right.
continue to learn, when I see certain things that need to be adjusted, or if I now in my energy said, okay, well, that doesn't sit really right with me now that I have a better understanding of that, I'm gonna make the necessary adjustments without
Right.
shame. You know what I mean? And I think that especially when it comes to the way that we are introducing ourselves and the way we are show up in the situation, that's key. So
I
I'm
like that.
and I'm flowing on that. I'm flowing
I
on
really
that.
like that though. I really like that because then that gives us the space to grow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and to know that when I was addressing myself this way or participating in this um
Frequency, that
re-
energy. Yeah.
realm of reality
Yep.
frequency, like that was where my mindset was at that time. That was like the learning that was taking place and that was developing was for that phase. That
Exactly.
was the Empress phase, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That was for me. Mine's I had names that I used to go by and be addressed as, well, it was red, and so people still call me, some people, that the people will know me
Back in the
as
back. Right.
people.
That new
Yeah,
way back when.
yeah, but people know me, know who I am though. And as far as like mostly a lot of people know me as Venus Sublime now, but a lot of people knew me as Red too. But on Instagram a long time ago, it was called Yo Dream Girl 23. Right? Yo Dream Girl 3.
That gives me MySpace vibes.
It was so crazy. It was like right after, I think it was like it was in a split when people were moving from MySpace. Is that possible? I don't know. But but my name was Yo Dream Girl 23. And that name was, it was picked, it was I was like leaving the stage of, like the streets type of situation, finding my family in the streets,
Right.
more so than in the home, and having that identity. And so for Yo Dream Girl 23, that just it showed me like a whole paradigm shift shifted for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, dream girl, I'm not no one's dream girl. I'm no one's fantasy, for one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be no one's fantasy. I am the reality. I am your reality.
Ooh.
I'm not your fantasy. I'm your reality. And so it's like, okay, but that came from growing and understanding. But that I still had that phase of Yo Dream Girl 23.
Yeah.
That was me, you know, and I definitely see like the transitioning from that realm, from that paradigm to the paradigm of Venus Sublime, and
Yeah.
what that essence, you know, that
Right.
paradigm reality consists of. And so, anyway, going on from our tangent, but it's very important though. It's very important
Yeah.
to address the fact that, for one, you know, when our awareness, when the circumstances and the opportunity comes to where we're giving information to expand and broaden our knowledge and our consciousness,
Yeah.
you know, for us to no shame and no blame, and not hold on to the, you know, the uncertainty of the unknown, and then also like the past, you know, but like to really just like be in acceptance.
Yep. And give ourselves permission. I love the fact that you said no shame and no blame in that. I literally give myself permission to be like, you know what? That was that moment. I mean, even 2 seconds ago was the past. So it's like I can grow, I can expand, and when I do, I have the ability to change and morph. You know what I'm saying? Become more of what I'm learning about. Become more of what I'm growing into. You feel me?
Yes, I have the permission to change my mind.
Yes.
They get mad at you. You know what I mean? They get mad at you because you change your mind. Well, I mean, I can understand if you're just like always changing your mind and you can't come and you can't decide and you're iffy and wishy-washy. Then that needs balance. But when it comes to making like important decisions from our heart space, from our soul, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that we know it's going to affect the vitality, the happiness, or like the essence of our life, you know,
Definitely.
um then I feel like it's important, you know, for us to I forgot what I
Embrace that. Yeah, to embrace that. Embrace the fact that we are changing and we're gonna make some
oh
new me. Okay.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yes, to be okay with saying, I mean, with acknowledging that like I changed my mind, because a lot of people, like, you know, like we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We
Mhm.
don't want to kind of like renege and then say like, oh well, I changed my mind, and then like other people were, um, you know, like
Dependent
looking
on go there,
de-
dependent on
depend,
who that was or
depending on.
whatever like association they had with that. That's the issue. It won't break the dependency, but girl.
Well, well, I understand that part, but when there's an agreement that the dependency is important, because we do need each other. We do need each other though, um, in a healthy balance, in a healthy level. So if it's like, okay, I agree, and I tell you that I'm gonna come this day. I'm setting my schedule aside, and I'm gonna come at this time, and we align our schedules. We took the time to even talk about it and to align it, and then, you know, I don't even show up. I don't say nothing to you. I don't. Then that is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that person isn't to depend on me, but that person was dependent on me into showing up off of my word, off of my energy, off of what, you know what I mean, that the agreement, showing up to my side of the agreement,
Right.
and to be able to build with people and live a life with people, there has to be a certain level of healthy dependency and trust. Because then we go moving back into that culture of, oh, you know, I don't need nobody, I could do it all by myself, no new friends, you know what I mean? And being closed off to certain abundances that is supposed to be magically orchestrated and divine beyond what we can fathom, but we block that from happening because we want to micromanage and control
Right.
how, you know what I mean, we want things to unfold. And so I do like that aspect, you know, like over as far as like being okay with myself saying like, okay, well, I changed my mind, you know, and then but then taking a step further with accountability and authenticity with myself and communicating that now. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Okay, I communicate that now. Now you understand and you know, and this is that aspect and this version of myself. Instead of just like running, you know, not then that creates more imbalance and not like no non-trust. And so
But you made that distinction to say that it was a head heart balance, to say, I'm aware of this choice that I've made for myself. And I also see the value and importance in helping to incorporate that in the way that we deal with each other. Like
exactly.
the way that I show up to our dealings or my interactions with the community is important for me to show up in a particular fashion. So that's where the mindfulness comes in to say, I'm going to now do it this way. And I'm
Right.
sharing this with you so that maybe you can also understand it, as it's changing for me as in the process of it, right? Because again, just
This
like
is
in good business, there's no surprises. You're supposed to full disclosure. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be clear, on the inside and the out. So
very true.
essential, essential. Okay. Yes, give me more of that. I want more.
Let's go ahead
Ah,
and
so divine.
sing.
Yes, healing. Yes, goddess. Thank you, Spirit. It feels good to me. It feels good to me. Oh man, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You know I gotta follow it up. It just make you giddy. I'm telling you.
Oh, that felt so
I'm
good.
telling you. At 10:10, also this spirit
Oh,
guys
and
coming
it's
right
10-10
in.
over there.
Yes, 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 yes. I forgot
Thank you
about
so
the
much
difference.
for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that cleansing.
Beloved. It's a shared experience. Like I said, we are give and take over here. I love it. It's always an
Most
exchange.
definitely. I know.
Always
I just
an
want to verbalize that. I want to verbalize that too.
indeed, beloved. Indeed.
Well, I appreciate everybody who will be tapping in and seeing this video. I appreciate you holding a sacred space for me choosing to show up too, because we know it wasn't gonna happen. But it's always beautiful, you know, to observe how things don't go the way how you want it to go or how you think it's supposed to go. But in those moments, in the next moments, we still have the moment to choose how we're gonna make it go, you know? Like
Exactly.
that's it. That's all I want to say, nothing else. Leave it just like that.
I got to add on to it because it's the choosing of how it's going to go, but our reactions to it as well, our attitudes about it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like that's the most major part. And I know it's lessons for me, essentially. Maybe I don't choose the circumstance, maybe I don't choose the outcome, but I always get to choose my attitude about it and how I show up to it.
Most definitely. Because if you choose your attitude, then that's how the outcome is gonna be, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's going to be manipulated through our attitude and how we feel about it, you know?
Mm. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that confirmation. Thank you for that awareness. Thank you for that meeting me there, greeting me there. I really appreciate it. Always, always divine.
I say. So much love to you, my love. Yeah. And so
Enjoy your rest.
you too. Tap in with you soon.
Absolutely. Look forward to it, loved one.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Oh wait, where can everyone find you? Do you want to say like give some shout outs and like I
Oh,
know this is like our
absolutely.
first.
Will you be able to go back and edit? Because I would love to be able to just put the link in there. But abstractvisions.live, you can catch my content, products that I'm developing and creating, energy that I'm manifesting. And it's a transmutation journey where we're learning and growing right along with each other. So I definitely encourage you all to join me there. Look forward to connecting with you again, dear soul. And for those who are also tapping in, appreciate your energy and really loving guided.
So much love to y'all all. Y'all know where y'all can find the goddess at. As for me, the Venus Sublime everywhere. You know what time it is. And
Hey.
we just holding sacred space for us to really just be and really like in the beginning of the video before we started to go live, you were expressing just like how you know how it's different for you to connect with me other than kind of like how other connections. And so I want to be able to hold that space and make that space like globally available for those are like us, you know, who feel like that deep essence, core essence of ourselves doesn't always be seen or be held by others, you know.
Right.
Not to say that we need, you know, but the support it does bring that strength and that balance to us in our journey, like how we were expressing, how you were saying, like, you know, like we get that confirmation and that encouragement and that like that fuel and that amping up fire energy of like, okay, I got this. I can continue on this journey because like I said, this is a long, you know,
Yeah, it is.
and you know, how we're investing in ourselves throughout the journey is important and our, you know, holistically, mind, body, soul. And so like um this is big for me to be able to just hold this type of space for us to just be and to express whatever comes out. We didn't have, you know, any narrative but to share and hold sacred space. And
Exactly.
so the divine, you know, orchestrated the conversation and guided it the way that it needed it to.
Yeah.
So the message will be received by by those who really need it at that time. And so I give thanks for all of your hearts and your minds and your souls are open to love and open to joy and open to healing and opening to your most purest authentic expression of yourself in each and every moment of your life. And I give thanks for all of us who are showing up in our full body embodiment presence of creating a life that we desire, that's only for us to create, that is special, magically designed and crafted just for us. And so I want to encourage everybody
Absolutely.
to not give up and to continue to be on that path and just to be and create. and have courage in doing that, because you're not alone, and we doing it together.
Exactly. Ashe, beloved. So much gratitude, so much love and gratitude for you.
So much love and gratitude, my love. Talk to you soon.
Peace to you.
Peace.